So it would appear as if Rick Carlisle is done fucking around. The post-game press conference last night from Rick Carlisle was pretty fired up and charged up, I will say. I'm just gonna call it what it is, man. This team is officially a disaster. Now, if you guys remember correctly, when the season started, everybody was all on their high horse about the Pacers, and I said, once that December schedule roll around, people are going to change their tone on this team, and sure enough, the week of Christmas, everybody's changing their fucking tone on this team. And last night was a bad showing, man. I mean, we lost 151 to 127. Bro, we are playing defense like a fucking wet paper bag. It is unreal. We have now lost 4 straight. And listen, man, the fact of the matter is there's all kinds of fucked up shit going on. I'm going to start with my favorite player, Miles Turner, because Isaiah Jackson has actually been playing better than Miles. And over the past 2 games, I think Isaiah Jackson's actually getting more minutes than Miles. Listen, man, the fact of the matter is this. If Miles were actually, like, playing defense, getting rebounds, and doing all this other shit, I would understand why, like, he would, like, be starting over Isaiah Jackson, right? Or getting more minutes than Isaiah Jackson. But the problem is, like, Miles Turner has been, fucking atrocious this year. Like, I mean, like, worse than usual. And I haven't been getting on his case, really, this year as much as I did last year. But my man's just shooting 33% from 3. I mean, he's really not... Like having Miles Turner as your backstop on fucking defense anymore isn't cutting it, right? We are 29th out of 30 teams in the NBA in defense. We might as well be fucking dead last. We're first in offense, but we let teams do whatever the fuck they want to us in response, and it just becomes a giant shit show when the other team is more outmatched than you are offensively. Like, yes, we might put up the most points, but we're not the most talented offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I don't think people understand, and that's the reason I've been emphasizing defense so much, is because, yeah, you can score a lot of fucking points, but when playoffs come, okay, like, Paul George is better than Buddy Hield. You know what I'm saying? When the playoffs come, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are better than Buddy Hield. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the idea. Like, Buddy Hield is our number 2. And yeah, Tyrese Halliburton might be better than most teams' number 1. But when you get into the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Like, Tyrese Maxey is worse than Tyrese Halliburton, but Joel Embiid is way better than Miles. He's way better than Buddy Hield. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're out here pretty much like, scratching and itching for somebody on this team to become our number 2. And yes, last night against the Clippers, Benedict Mathurin had a career night. 34 points. I think he had 6 rebounds or 9 rebounds or some crazy shit like that. But the fact of the matter is, Benedict Mathurin still has a very long way to go. I'm drinking fucking Mountain Dew, man. Like, that's how we're going today. It's just like, when I look at like Miles and like Bruce Brown has not been super impressive. Obi Toppin to start the year looked really good defensively. Now he looks Obi Toppin is the weirdest thing ever. At the beginning of the year, he looked pretty good defensively and shitty on offense. Now he looks amazing on offense and shitty on defense. I'm like, bro, like which one is it? You know what I'm saying? And Jarris Walker's finally starting to get a little bit more burn, it seems. But the fact of the matter is, man, if this team is going to be a playoff team and be a good playoff team, they have to play defense in some capacity. And that's what I think Rick Carlisle was getting to last night. Where like from what I understand, practice today was going to be a real bitch because from what I understand, Rick Carlisle was going to go over the tape in practice. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. And it's inexcusable. Like, I'm just gonna call it what it is. Like, it's inexcusable. For the talent that the Pacers have on defense, there's no reason that they should be this fucking bad on defense. And to be honest, as much as I don't like to blame Rick Carlisle for shit, I'm looking at Rick Carlisle. Like, I'm just calling it what it is. Like, there's no way your team continues to be this shitty on defense without proper coaching, right? Look at the fucking Rockets, okay? One of the worst teams in basketball last year. They had a good draft. They bring in Ime Udoka. Now they're one of the best defensive teams in basketball. They're in the fucking top 10 if I'm correct. So it's just the idea, like, yes, having a head coach that emphasizes defense will make your team better defensively. Granted, usually the offense comes at the sacrifice of that, but that's not been the case in Houston. You know, and Rick Carlisle usually won't even let guys play for him unless they play defense. So I don't really know what the fuck is going on in Indiana right now. You know, Tyrese Halliburton didn't have a good game last night. This is like his second bad game for the season. You know, I'll live with it. I kind of had a feeling we were going to lose to the Clippers, but it's just the idea, like, I think I have an odd feeling come the trade deadline, there's going to be a big trade. Karl Anthony Towns is starting to come up again in conversations. Like, Born Ready Jones made a video yesterday about Karl Anthony Towns. It was yesterday or the day before. And I've been saying it. Nobody wants to fucking listen to me because they're like, Karl Anthony Towns' contract. Bro, fuck his contract. We need a bona fide number 2 star and somebody who can play the center position. And that is Karl Anthony Towns. So, you know what, man? And it's crazy because, like, Karl Anthony Towns, I don't think people realize playing with Tyrese Halliburton, Karl Anthony Towns would be a perennial all-star. You know, same thing with Tyrese Halliburton. They would go to the all-star game every fucking year. And, you know, adding, like, even if you continue to have the development of Ben Mathurin there, like, it's just the idea, man, like, anything is possible at that point. And, you know, I actually like Karl Anthony Towns a lot better than I like even a Pascal Siakam or an OG Anunoby, who everybody's only fucking obsessed with because he played at Indiana University. It's just like, at the end of the day, man, this team needs a lot of work. Things are not looking good right now. And, you know, for a long time, yeah, Miles was able to, like, keep us in, like, maybe the top 15, you know, defensively. Now it's not even that. Like, even in the top 20, we're not even in the top 20 anymore. And I get that it's not all Miles' fault, but at the same time, it's like, bro, like, when Isaiah Jackson is getting more minutes than you at this point, and Isaiah Jackson looks like a better option at this point than you, I have an odd feeling come the trade deadline, there's going to be a lot of changes on this roster. I mean, a lot of fucking changes. Like, as much as we like TJ McConnell could be gone. I have a feeling Buddy Hield is going to be gone. I have a feeling Miles Turner is going to be gone. And they're going to try to bring in somebody really, really fucking good if we're getting rid of those guys. Then on top of it also, like, Buddy Hield, if we don't trade him, has a really, really fucking astronomical cap hold this summer if we do want to keep him and keep our rights to him. And I don't think that's going to happen. So if we're trading Buddy Hield, I feel like we're going to be trading Miles Turner and maybe even Bruce Brown. You know, Bruce Brown has a team option, and what a lot of Pacers fans don't seem to understand is if we pick up that team option, then we can't sign any of the guys in free agency that we may want to target, like OG Anunoby or even Paul George or Kawhi Leonard if they opt out, or you know, just like literally like any big name in free agency that we want to go after. If we don't trade Buddy Hield and renounce and deny the team option to Bruce Brown, we're not gonna get them. So it's just the idea, like, there's a whole lot of unsolved problems with this team, and I have a feeling that come the trade deadline, there's going to be a lot of changes. A lot of fucking changes. I'm at a point now where, like, if Isaiah Jackson is getting more fucking minutes than Miles Turner, I have an odd feeling, like, Miles Turner gonna be gone. You know, and like, it would be one thing if Miles Turner was still shooting 37% from 3, but now he's not even doing that. So it's like, now his stats are down this year. He's not shooting as well from 3. The Miles Turner experiment is coming to an end. And, you know, Buddy Hield, as much as I would like to keep Buddy Hield, he's too expensive. So I have a feeling a blockbuster trade is coming. I have an odd feeling Bruce Brown's going to be out of there. I have a feeling Buddy Hield's going to be out of there. And you know, if push comes to shove on an all-star player, Miles Turner is going to be out of there. So tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report. And out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.